know, we were going to have a little more fun tonight about this crazy name calling, but my God, this is much more important than the name calling, calling people, you know, dead eyes, what's his name, or whatever latest little moniker he throws at somebody. Mueller's not going to be best with. And Mueller's now getting this information as we're getting it. This is a lot of stuff indicating obstruction of justice. All that Nixon did, although it was criminal and cost him his office, was have the CIA say, we're into this case, FBI, get out of it. This is now 4 points of contact with the president saying, set me loose. Free me.
Yeah, it's true. And I think we'd make a mistake, by the way, listening to the discussion you just had. I think we'd all make a mistake if we frame this in terms of a narrow issue of collusion between the Trump campaign, maybe even Donald Trump himself, and the Russians over the hacking. That sort of collusion was not necessary for the Russians to do what they did, but it's interesting to know that the FBI investigation seems to be broadening in scope. They're looking at financial crimes now, we're hearing. These investigations tend to go where the facts lead, and I think that they're looking at things that are much, much more than collusion. But the fact that Donald Trump is doing this, behaving in such a wildly inappropriate, if not downright illegal way, you know, I don't know what more, you know, what better indication there is that something is there. Something is there that he very much doesn't want people to know about.
Do you think he's, how do you think we are as a country right now with this president? What should we do?
I think we're in a state of crisis. You know, we have the Russian collusion, the Russian, you know, tapping into our democratic systems is a serious problem, but we've sort of got a handle on that. I mean, we know what happened there and we know who did it. But the other part, the linked part of that crisis is Donald Trump himself. This is a dangerously, emotionally and mentally unstable individual here who is wholly ignorant about how you perform as president of the United States. And I think I've been watching from abroad for the last month here. I just got home a couple of days ago, but I think I've sensed a change in the coverage now. I think people are finally starting to come to grips, as we must come to grips with the notion that we have a dangerous individual in the Oval Office who is a national security threat, and he needs to be removed from office. That's easy to say, but he's unfit and he needs to be removed.
Ron, when your dad was president, we had an ideological fight in this country. You were part of it. You're on the liberal side, I believe, and everybody was comfortable in that because your father was a conservative, but he was a true conservative. He had written for years about a point of view. He had served as governor for 8 years. You know, he's quite capable of doing the job, quite competent to do the job. The one sad thing I hate when I watch television, my show included, when people get on and it's a left-wing versus a right-wing thing, I don't think that's what it is right now. I think that's what we're missing. Yeah. It's not progressives against a conservative president. You know, if it was someone like Ted Cruz, that would be the case. This is not Ted Cruz. This is something different, and I wish the Republicans on the moderate right and moderate and centrist right would say, he's our problem too, but why are they not talking?
Well, listen, Chris, when the history books are written about this period, and they will be, there are only going to be two sides. There are going to be patriots and there are going to be partisans. There are going to be true Americans, and there are going to be people who are engaged in behavior, and I would throw Donald Trump into this category, engaged in behavior that can only be described as treasonable. It's not treason technically in the legal sense, but it is treasonable. They are taking Russia's side over the United States of America. Russia attacked us. What was Trump doing meeting those people in the Oval Office and bragging about anything to them?
I know.
You know, the pictures were absurd. He looked like some kid who just...